Oh, and we're live. What's good, everybody? We are gathered here today to hang. It's your main girl, Mel. For anyone who's unfamiliar with my lore, I thought that as a hair professional, I am a licensed hairstylist. I've been doing YouTube content for 6.5 years. I'm pretty well versed in a lot of the beauty sphere and a lot of products here. I've got a bunch in front of me. So I thought with the Sephora sale coming up, it starts tomorrow. I could answer any questions that you may have regarding product recs, regarding hair routines, regarding pretty much anything. Okay, today is going to be a very subscriber led live. And I thought that we could just really hang out, live stream. I did ask some questions on my Instagram at Mains by Mel, and we've got a lot of questions here. But I also just want to kind of tune into you. Like, hello, thanks for joining me. I thought we could answer some of your questions first and foremost. And then if I feel like it, we can always dip into here because I did get some good questions. So first of all, if you can hear me, say hi. And if you can see me, tell me, do you see anything different between the sides? Okay, because you know me, if you know me, I am not a middle part girly, but for whatever reason, and maybe it's the season, maybe it's the shirt, maybe whatever it is, the vibe, I'm kind of vibing with this middle part right here today. Don't get too used to it. But the reason why I did this style is because I did do a little side by side comparison, but this is like extreme level. Just let me know. Maybe we can put up a poll if you can see a difference between the two sides of my head top here. Do you see anything over here? We'll keep taking your guesses and your votes throughout this live stream, but yeah, let me know. Oh, great. The stream quality is awesome. We are working with high tech today. We are leveling it up for you. And we've got a poll in the stream. So if you see that in the chat, let me know if you see a difference, yes or no. And then in a little bit, I can reveal what I have done differently. But I'll give you a hint. I use the same products on both sides. So this is not a routine, like a product difference. This is same products, different methods. Okay. So let me know. And without further ado, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be looking over into the chat. If you see me, this is my good side. So you're lucky. Let me see. The left is more elongated. Okay, wait. Who's left? This left? For me, I see an L. This is my left. This is right. And yes, I have to, every time you ask me left or right, I do have to visually see the L and the right. Is that just me? Okay, we're not gonna get into that too deep. I think this coffee is a little too steamy. Let me know. Oh, yes. Okay, my left. So this side does look a little bit more elongated. Yeah. I felt that from the moment I washed. This is day 2 now, and it's very soft. It's very fluffy. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this. We'll talk more about me in a bit. But let me know what questions you have. I just saw someone ask, have you tried the new Supersonic R? That's the new professional Dyson dryer. I have held it in my hand, and it was a trip because I'm like, am I actually holding anything? It's by far the lightest hair dryer I have ever held in my life. I do not personally have one, but I think I just have to get one just because it is the weirdest. The thing with Dyson and their hair dryers are they're so innovative. When you first try them, they feel unnatural. And like there was a learning curve to my original Supersonic when I bought it in 2018 because it doesn't have that long nozzle. It's not heavy top. The weight of it is in the handle. It was so different to use, but now I can't go back. Maybe that's why they do it. They get you hooked. Supersonic hooked. It does kind of look like a plumbing device. But anyways, yeah, no, I have tried it and it was incroyable. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. My left looks more defined. Okay. Okay, well, it's not going to stay that way if my hair keeps getting stuck in my lip gloss. Might as well share what my lip combo is here today. I always get questions. No one's asked me yet, but here we are. This lip combo is kind of a combination of three. And these are all Sephora goodies, which means they're pricey, but these are holy grails. These are like lip liners that I absolutely swear by. Number one is the Rare Beauty. This is the Gifted Liner. I start with this around my lips. Now, this is kind of like a bit of a rusty red. It's like a rusty brown red. It honestly looks mangled. I did just buy a new one though. This one is probably, it's almost done. It looks it can be smudged out to be very natural on the lip. I wear it year round, but it's such a good fall color. But then I contoured a little outside. I've been doing the Makeup by Mario lip lift technique, which is underlying and overlining the top and the bottom center of my lip. And I've been using the Fenty Beauty because it's like a contour shade. This is Peanut Butter, and it's just a light, cool brown. It works really well with my skin tone. And so I highlighted that a little bit. And this is the spiciest for no reason lip plumper I have ever used. And I have used the Lip Injections Too Faced, like the Too Faced lip injections. That's the, not, no lip injections here, but the Too Faced lip injections, they have the extreme ultra fiery, just flames on your lips. And this one, for whatever reason, it's spicy on contact. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Big Lip Plump Gasm in the shade Fair Medium. So that's what we're kissing with today. Actually, never mind. No kissing with this thing. Not with these spicy things. So I'm glad that we're seeing a difference in the hairs. I was worried when I first did the experiment of this side by side that no one would actually see. But yes, darling, Charlotte can tell. She can see the difference. Ooh, okay, so we're getting an ask for a curl cream recommendation for low porosity hair that is easily weighed down. So if you have low porosity hair, why are you using a cream? Oh, that's real. A cream. Let's break down a cream for a minute. Okay. Inside of a cream, we have a lot of emollients. So there tend to be more rich, more creamy, obviously, but definitely more moisturizing. And with low porosity hair, we tend to think that it needs moisture, but that's only because it naturally has this reinforced barrier and an intact cuticle doing its job, right? First of all, I hate to bring this up again, but if you have curly hair, the chances of you actually having low porosity hair is extremely low. It's quite rare. Maybe what you're dealing with is just a lot of buildup that's making it look like you have low porosity. But by the, maybe there's a chance that you are a unicorn and you actually do have low porosity hair. In that case, with low porosity hair, what it's doing is blocking out water from getting into the hair. That is actually healthy because water in the hair is not necessarily a good thing. What water can do for the hair is help make it a little bit pliable. So if you're feeling like your low porosity hair is very dry and stiff, you don't necessarily need creams that are just going to kind of pile up on top of your hair. What you want to use is gels and products that are very rich in humectants. Humectants like glycerin, propylene glycol is another one, hyaluronic acid. Glycerin is the number one. It's the gold standard. It's the one with a bit of a weird rep, right? A lot of people, if you live places that are very cold or very humid, then glycerin can cause issues, but that's because it's so good at its job at drawing moisture into the hair. So your hair will really only be as moisturized as the relative humidity. And if it's humid outside, but your hair is dry, maybe it's because there is just too much buildup, and maybe that's because you're using cream. So I'm not necessarily going to recommend a cream for you if you have really low porosity hair. I think a lighter lotion will perform well for you. You also need to consider not just what your porosity is, but what is your texture, right? Because maybe you have a very fine hair strand, or maybe you have a very coarse hair strand. With a coarser hair strand, I would recommend something a little heavier. But you said the question I was reading was from, oh my God, did it disappear? It might have disappeared. Oh, Mell Bells. And how sweet of a name. You said you have low porosity hair that's easily weighed down. I would skip the cream, right? Cream doesn't have to be your thing. What you would want to use is like a spray leave-on conditioner that does have those humectants. Look at the top five ingredients. See if there's any glycerin in there. That's going to help to draw moisture into your hair. And then you want a good stronghold gel. And there is a gel that's in my hair right now. It's not part of the Sephora sale, but if you want the details, since we are talking about my hair, I will spill it in a minute. Okay, stay tuned for that. But keep voting in the polls what you think the difference here is, and not just if there is a difference. I think we've established that one side is not quite like the other, but also what you think is different. Let me know in the chat. So I hope that answered your question. In terms of a really good gel, I mean, there's a gel that I had a very close part in making, and that is the curl foaming gel from Verb, which doesn't look like this anymore. They did kind of reformulate it, and I know there's a lot of questions about this. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how they have reformulated it because I got the inside scoop. But what I will say is it's a little bit richer and a little bit more moisturizing now. So if that's your vibe, then this is what you're going to want. It is quite lightweight, but it is a little bit richer now. I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of a feel right now. But yeah, creams are not everything unless you are high porosity. Then you're going to want more richness to your products. So let's see. Help. Cindy J says, my gray curls. Your texture has changed so much since you stopped coloring. So what you're going to experience when you stop coloring, when you color gray hair, and my mother, quick little story time, when it's her time to get her color done, she is like feral because she doesn't even feel like herself. She says once that color hits her scalp, she feels like a person again. And it's because gray hair, as it's growing out, there's a difference between white and gray, but gray can be very resistant, right? It repels the color. It can be very low porosity. It can look wiry. It can be, again, resistant. Doesn't hold on to product well. Doesn't hold on to anything well. It's very, very finicky. But then once you put that color on and it softens your hair because of the alkalinity, the slight amount of damage that just kind of makes the porosity from low to a little bit more normal to high, which is in a lot of ways easier to manage. That's what happens. That's what happens. Color, just like it can make the hair feel a lot softer. So if you're struggling now because you stopped coloring your hair, I would advise that you really focus on products that are going to help keep your hair clean because you can be prone to buildup. So make sure you clarify, especially since gray hair can take on like a yellow tinge from the environment, from lifestyle factors that you probably want to avoid. So find a really good clarifying shampoo that I've talked about a million times about. And I do have, oh God, I do have a box of empties. It's a bag. I know it looks like I just went shopping, but this is actually garbage. Okay. This is what I'm going to take to Sephora and be like, hey, I need to restock on all of these things tomorrow. Did I mention, in case you were unaware, I think the whole world knows, but the Sephora sale, this is their semi-annual savings event, is going on tomorrow until November 11th. So depending on how much you spend on a yearly basis at Sephora, you either get 10% off if you're an insider, 15% off if you're a VIB, or if you're a rouge and an overspender and shopper like me, 20% off your beauty. So we do love that. And you know what's something that's absolutely disgusting? This is a good, I'm not going to say it's a bad clarifying shampoo. It is just so expansive. So expansive. And you know what's absolutely criminal? I used a full bottle of this in one day. Can we pull up? Let me just quickly pull up the price. This is the K18 Peptide Prep Detox Shampoo. A lot of people love it because they find that it's really lightweight. My only quarrel with it is I find it hard to kind of distribute the dough. I find it hard to kind of distribute through the hair. I feel like I have to use a lot of it, and with a product that is so pricey, it's it hurts. It hurts. But the K18, I mean, there's different prices in Canada versus the US. Let me know where you're from. Everyone that's live streaming with me right now. Peptide Prep. Do we think that we could possibly pull it up? I think I can. Yeah, it's a $50 shampoo. Why did I think it was 80? I was getting confused with another product. I was maybe getting confused with the K18 dry shampoo, which I bought. And oh my God, I'm still in my testing phase, and am I getting off topic? Of course I am. For anyone new, I am diagnosed with ADHD. So I'm very sorry. We're not going to talk about that. What we're talking about was your gray hair and you struggling with getting it soft. So what you really want to do is use a good clarifying shampoo. This one, again, I used a full bottle of this in one day when I did Amanda's color correction transformation, which is a few videos back on the channel. We took her from cherry cola, very trending red, to, well, transitioning to her next color. And stay tuned because we will be adjusting that color again soon. But yeah, this or any clarifying shampoo is going to be great. I do love the Olaplex 4C personally. I am an Olaplex girly. I do love that. I also love K18. But let me talk about this dry shampoo. It's in my hand right now. And you might be thinking, because of course with the savings event, it's a great time to maybe buy something that's a little bit more of a splurge because we're getting a discount. This is a $65 hair dry shampoo. Excuse you? You know what I mean? Like, that sounds really, really excessive, but they do have a patented technology in here that they call their odor bind. So it has molecules that actually absorb, like they can detect where the stank is coming from, and they say they detect and they eradicate all of these smells. It's not supposed to leave you with a starchy buildup. I tried testing it on myself, but as someone that doesn't necessarily have oily hair, I couldn't really get a really good feel. You know what I mean? Like, I like using dry shampoos. Let me see. My usual go-to dry shampoo is the Living Proof Full Dry Volume and Texture Spray. And that's because, sorry, this is not the dry shampoo. This is the texture spray. But the dry shampoo, the PhD Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo, can also work, and it gives me the same kind of vibe and delicious smell as the Full Dry Volume and Texture Spray, which are some of my go-to products. So those are what I like to use. I like to use a gritty dry shampoo if you do get oily fast and if you are looking for a little extra grit and volume in the hair. But this is not that. This is going to be a dry shampoo that almost reverts your hair back to clean. I had a girlfriend come over the other day, and she came over and she was like, "Don't judge me. My hair is really greasy." And I was like, "Judge you. I'm inspired." She had put rosemary oil in her hair because it was going to be her wash day. I said, "So let's try this, shall we?" I wish I was lying when I say we sprayed it in just one half of her head, and she had like actually added oil to her hair. And she's got like very fine, medium to low density, thin, straight hair. Tell me why it revived the hair almost back to like original status. It was incredible. I was a little shook, and I hate to say it, but I do think that they did something with this K18 air wash. I will just advise my curly girlies that if you are entering the winter season, aka silk press season, and you do like to straighten your hair and you do like to prolong that, be careful, because the thing about this, I'm going to take off the cap yet again, is it's very wet. It does go on kind of wet. So dry shampoo, I don't know. It's a little wet. It's a bit of a damp shampoo. But anywho's, yeah. One other thing I will just touch on, if you are struggling with your hair feeling really, really dry and really stiff, if you do have really low porosity hair, steam. Steam the damn thing. Steam it. It's going to force moisture into your hair, help to open up your cuticles, swell it. It's giving you more moisture in the air. It is going to help soften your hair and make it more manageable. So kind of do like a little deep condition vibe, or even just steam while you're styling. That, my friend, is going to change your life. Try it and tell me that I didn't tell you so. Okay. Let me see. We've got a lot of hair questions. Texturizing sprays leave my hair feeling gross. Jill, I hear you, but also that's kind of the point. Texturizing sprays are if you want a little bit of a gritty texture, they help to add hold. A lot of us expect hair products not to feel like hair products. If you don't like feeling anything on the hair, then that is not going to be the styler for you. Then you just want to keep your routine very, very simple. But a lot of us, some people are okay with styling their hair. They need that extra texture and grit and hold. And then they just need to exercise a little self control by not touching the hair, because then it just feels like a sensory nightmare. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes, so spooky. Spooky. By the way, if you're tuning in live, happy Halloween. Let me see. What else are we doing? Oh, what is my favorite brand of pre-wash scalp oil? I'm going to be so for real. You can really just make it yourself, because if you're going to be washing it off, there's great DIY options you can do. But also, if you're lazy and you are, oh, look, if you're lazy and you are looking to do one, I do really like the Briogeo Scalp Revival. The whole Briogeo Scalp Revival line are pretty cult classics for scalp care. Like, I do really like their pre-wash oil when I'm doing it. And the thing with the pre-wash oil is you can put it on overnight, or you can actually just put it on like an hour or even 15 minutes before you wash. And it's going to help to just prepare the scalp. Think about oil cleansing your face, like especially if you have an oily scalp, you don't want to leave oil on for long. But if you have an oily scalp, oil can try to help break down the oil. Like when we're oil cleansing a makeup or face, we do the oil cleanse first and then we shampoo with afterwards. So this one's great because it's got a little bit of a minty, rosemary, tingly feel. And then if you're going to follow up with anything, if you want to follow up the skincare, the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal plus Coconut Oil, their micro exfoliating shampoo. That is absolutely, I don't have that with me. And that's probably something I'm going to restock on during the Sephora savings event, because it's probably one of my favorite scalp scrubs. If you like feeling that abrasive scrub, if you like maybe grew up using the St. Ives, I'm not saying it's like St. Ives. Whoa! We're not, that thing is traumatizing, okay? There's a lot of people that filed a lawsuit because of St. Ives, and if you were personally victimized by the St. Ives apricot scrub, I feel you. I still have some because my mother likes to stock up on things because she's a Costco membership holder. Just to put things into perspective. And she is not a coupon queen, but she is a budget buyer. Okay. And if something goes on sale, perhaps tubs of the St. Ives apricot scrub, what's she gonna do? She's gonna buy 12. And I wish I was exaggerating. So I still have some that's probably expired. But you know what I do? I keep it in my shower and I use it as a foot scrub. Don't use it on the face. But anyways, back to the scalp. It's a great scrub that you can feel, but it also rinses away and isn't going to leave all of those buds in your scalp, because I've used some scalp exfoliants that, especially when you have curly hair, if you have really thick hair, they can be so hard to rinse away, and then you're stuck with them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Learn from me. That's a great recommendation. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Mell with the middle part. That's me. I was actually here just to show off my scalp, you know? Listen, I practice what I preach. Scalp scrub. Don't forget exfoliating. Okay, thank you. Oh, you love my blush. Amanda forced me to put more blush on today. I had started with the Glamzilla X NUDESTIX Flirty and Thriving. It's like a 2-in-1 blush, bronzer, bronzer stick. Really nice. I do really like NUDESTIX blushes. It's like that's a cream blush. And then I went in and Amanda gave me her Patrick Ta. Not sure the shade. She could probably jump in the chat. Her Patrick Ta blush shade. And I put that on top. And I feel like it's like kind of peachy, kind of natural. It's very sweet of you to notice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Suggestion on a detangler brush for my daughter with thick, coarse, curly hair. I do not have to hesitate when I say this. The Unbrush. The FHI Heat Unbrush. I have it in my Amazon storefront. This detangling brush really leaves me shook. Now, here's the thing. It's a very flexible brush. So maybe if the hair is very coarse and it can take a little extra tug, you could go a level up and like a firmer dupe. I want to say it's not a dupe, but it's a very similar style brush, also very effective, is from Curl Keeper. So Curl Keeper has a brush. It looks very similar to the Unbrush, but the prongs, the teeth, the bristles, those things, they are a little bit firmer. So that's an option. Or I would honestly just the Unbrush. The Unbrush is amazing. And of course, there's also the Tangle Teaser. I love the Tangle Teaser Wet Detangler as well. That gives a little extra tension. But I hate to say it, I've been converted. I do really, really love, to my heart, in like to my core, the Unbrush. Yeah, I do. I do. Do you use a garment or face steamer? So I have a facial steamer. I do. That's what I use when I am steaming my hair. You want to be really careful with the garment steamers. I feel like because they're in a handle, they kind of force you to get close, and you can burn yourself so easily. Like it's dangerous. You want to be careful. Like the clothing steamers they get really, really way too hot. The facial steamer doesn't get as hot, and then it's just kind of stationary on my desk. And when I'm steaming, I'm there and I'm just steaming, and that's what does it for me. So, pick your poison. Maybe you just boil your tea kettle and then you pop open the lid after she starts singing to you and let it absorb there, You can get a little crafty with it. Just don't burn yourself. Yeah. A little life hack. A little advice. Oh, I have not tried that steamer, but yes. Immediately yes, is what I'm going to say. I saw some really good questions pop up on Instagram. I'm not seeing, I don't know, am I seeing questions? Are there the FHI Heat Brush or Tangle Teaser? Guys, they're both good. They're both good. It depends. If you want a one brush, okay? Oh, and by the way, the blush shade was She's That Girl by Patrick Ta. Thanks, Easter, for popping into the chat. If you want a brush that's going to do everything for you that you can also use to style, then do the Tangle Teaser. Maybe you're new, you don't like too many things. Tangle Teaser is going to be that girl because she will do the wet detangling as well as styling because it creates great tension. It'll create great curls. But otherwise, when it comes to if you're looking for just detangling, then the FHI Heat Unbrush, in my opinion, is superior. It just does nothing for styling. So, you know what I mean? You got to pick your poison. I just have so many brushes. I pick whatever I want that day. But in my shower, what's living there? It's the Unbrush. It's the Unbrush. Okay, if I try to scroll back, I want to find some questions for us here. What's my opinion on shampoo and conditioner bars? I've been trying to reduce the amount of plastic bottles in the bathroom. I applaud you. I've also tried shampoo and conditioner bars, and I think that they're really, honestly, shocking. I was very scared to dip into that world. I think every brand is going to be different. I think there's definitely not great ones out there, especially for curly hair, but there is actually some that are very good for curly hair. The Vita bars, those are very good. If you're looking from Sephora, like one of the most popular lines is the Viore brand. And these soap bars are art. Okay. The mold that they put them in, it's like this stunning flower. They have all these amazing scents. They have them for different types of hair needs as well. So I think I got one. It smells lemony, which I love a citrus. Oh, I love a citrus, especially in the shower. It just wakes me up. Okay. We did that. And I think I did maybe I think their thing is rice water. So maybe they all have rice water. They're all a little bit strengthening. They've got quite a variety. Look them up. They're on Sephora as well. Any of the products that I'm really talking about in this video, after the stream, I will have them all linked in the description box. So if you are watching post, I'll put products that I recommend if you want to check them out in the description box. But what's really nice about those shampoo and conditioner bars, I feel like they do last a really long time, very comparable to a shampoo bottle because you can really kind of customize how much you use. The only caveat to a shampoo and conditioner bar is if they're being, and this is like it with any product, if it's being used incorrectly, it can lead to damage. So if you are rubbing the bar on your head like so, I feel like it's a little too abrasive and it can cause unnecessary tangles as well as a little bit of damage. So that's something that we want to and we fully can avoid if we just emulsify in our hands first and then apply. But I do really like some solid shampoos and conditioner bars. I think they're solid, and I think if we all shifted a little bit towards something like that, because we want to make an if you want to make an impact. This was my thing when I was vegan. I was like, I want to try doing vegan because you know it's I'm only one person, but if I show that there's a little bit more demand when I'm, for example, going into restaurants and ordering vegan food, then maybe they'll bring more. And here we are today. I feel like everywhere I go now, there's vegetarian and vegan options, which is amazing. If we show that there's more of a demand and more people are looking for less plastic in the washrooms, then more and more are going to come out. So if you have been thinking of even just trying a solid shampoo and conditioner bar, let me tell you that they're also the best thing to travel with. So if you're also a major traveler, you don't have to worry about having too many liquids with you. Check them out. I do really like the Viore ones. I hope that answers your question. If we all come together, one person can't make a difference. But if we collectively try to join forces, we can. I love that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Ooh. I'm sweating. It's getting hot in here. You would think that I had my steamer running. Let's see. I don't know what that is. People are asking for reviews. Now, if you're asking for a review, then maybe put this in the actual comment section of this video, because I am looking to do another review video where we do a straight hair routine versus a curly hair routine. If you didn't see, I did that video a couple weeks ago, and I really want to make this a series, maybe going through brand by brand. My first video was Aveda. I did a full just products that don't say anything about curly hair. They're just, general styling products versus the curl routine. And I wanted to see, like, can we get away with just using regular hair care products, or do we need a product that says for curls? You know what I mean? So if you have requests for that, then do let me know, because I'm planning maybe a future review on that. But yeah. How can I determine, Clarabelle, how can I determine if I look better with a rounder shape with more volume or a flatter shape with less volume? So we're talking haircuts and hair shapes. I think a lot of it, you have to consider, first of all, what is possible with your hair texture, right? Because certain hair textures, if you have fine hair, there's only so much volume you will really be able to achieve without a lot of product. And even then, even with a lot of product, it's not your hair will have to be a certain length. Like you may have to go really short in order to get volume if you are looking for that really rounded shape. Or if you have really coarse hair, if you cut coarse hair to like 3 to 4 inches, it really sticks right out from the scalp. It defies gravity. You will get volume. And so if you're cutting like a blunt shape, for example, on really coarse hair, and you're looking for something that's a little bit flatter, you're going to want to actually maintain some extra length so that it's a little bit flatter. So how do you know, if the question was, how do you know what shape is going to look best on me? I mean, it's really subjective, if you feel like you want to like kind of have a little bit more of a chic, slim look, like you dress with straighter lines and you want to keep a more contained, more elongated, flatter style. And if you maybe you're a little bit more out there, a little bit bolder with your style, you want your face out on display, round shapes work really, really well, right? Also look, if you have like rounder, softer features, then maybe do you either want to enhance that or do you want to combat that? Like these are things that you have to consider. I think everything can look good on everyone. It just needs to be the right length. And we have a video on that as well. I did a video on how to know which bob length is best for you. And we did analyze our features, right? So for example, if you have really rounded, soft, more romantic features, then at a hair length, you tend to look better with even number length. So for example, if I measured my hair from here, I took a ruler and I measured from the ends of my hair, like how long is it? If you have round, you want it to end at an even number, right? Yeah. And if you have more angular, sharper features, then you want it to end at an odd number. And then that's kind of what matches the vibe there. Science. No, it's stylins. Yeah. I have to just wipe the sweat that's on my upper lip. Oh God, that was bothering me. Was it bothering you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me see. Well, you guys are very active in the chat, which I absolutely love. Things are moving fast here. Any other product recommendations? Are you looking for anything specifically, something you're considering during the Sephora sale? Let me know. Is the best conditioner to buy at the Sephora sale for curly, fine, medium density hair? Dins, thank you so much for your questions. So when we're thinking about a conditioner, you also want to think about if your hair is damaged, right? Like, has your hair been colored? Is it perhaps bleached? Do you like to heat style? You mentioned your density, but what is your porosity? Like, it's really something that I like to consider when we are looking for a conditioner. But for like curly, fine to medium density hair, if it's fine to medium, what's really nice and just like a classic, I do really like the Verb Ghost shampoo and conditioner. Those are a great collection. I also really like, well, besides like Olaplex is great if you have more damaged hair, the Olaplex number 4, number 5. If you're looking for, I love the Way as well. The Way, very good, very nice shampoo and conditioner. I love Color Wow. If you have color, wow. The Color Wow no residue clarifying shampoo. It's their, Color Wow no residue something. And then if you're looking for a really good mask, I do really love the Color Wow Money Mask. It's one of my favorites. It's one that I like almost always pick up from the sale because it just smells amazing. It gives luxury. It gives shine. Divine. Those are just a couple conditioner recs. What about a purple shampoo? So purple shampoo, notice how no one talks about it much anymore. I praise heavens. We went through an era when like silvery, icy, no yellow hair was in. Like that was the thing. And everyone used purple shampoo way too much. Okay, so purple shampoo needs to be used very sparingly. If there is one I'm going to recommend, I love the Olaplex 4P. So they have a purple shampoo that is very pigmented. Personally, I'm going to like a shampoo that has more pigment to it because what can I do? I can cut it. I can lessen the pigment if I just take a little bit of it into whatever other shampoo I'm using. It works great, obviously, with the regular Olaplex shampoo. And especially if you're using a purple shampoo, you're probably bleached blonde. Olaplex is going to be good for you. That's the kind of repair and hair care that you're going to want in there. And yeah, theirs is like super, super pigmented. I feel like it has a really nice balance of both purple and blue. Like it's a really good shade of purple. Because if we break down the color theory, purple cancels out yellow, but what makes up purple? Purple is made up of red and blue. Now, if there is a lot of orange in the hair and not quite yellow, then the blue will kind of counteract the orange, but then you're also left with the red. And sometimes that color correction, like that purple shampoo on top of orange hair, can make the hair look warmer. I know. It's science. It's scary. And it needs to be used accordingly. It needs to be used very sparingly. Okay. Use purple shampoo on the right canvas and also don't overdo it. Only use it when you're desperate, like when you need it. After your toner is completely rinsed out, just to help take the edge off. Do not use it every time. Do not use it every wash. I also like try to avoid my scalp. I've seen so many purple scalps out in the wild. You know when someone's using purple shampoo, it can really kind of dull the color. So be careful. But if you are going to use one, like I said, the Olaplex 4P. Very good. Very, very good. My thoughts on Olaplex 10. That's the gel, right? So I'm actually still in the middle of my testing phase with that. It's marketed as like a medium hold gel, and I would say it's very much medium hold. Um, Honestly, I'm still in the process of gathering my thoughts. I don't know if it's a holy grail for me per se, but you know what I do love, and I've been talking about it. Do I have it here with me? I grabbed some holy grails that I've figured I'll probably talk about. Please get this. Please get this. Olaplex came out with their number 5 leave-in. And you know what? It's very different from a lot of people are asking me, what's the difference between the Olaplex number 5 leave-in conditioner? This is a leave-in conditioner. How is it different from the number 6 bond smoother? They look very similar, okay? But one is a leave-in conditioner. The bond smoother is more of a styler. They have different textures. This is going to be great it works great as a hair primer. It gives many different benefits. It's got heat protection. It's got, that's it. No, I'm kidding. It's very conditioning. It's very slippery. So it acts great as a primer. If you're going to be brush styling, it's fantastic for that. And I can also use it on dry hair. But the Bond Smoother has more of like a whipped, fluffy texture and does have more hold. So it's much more of a styler because it's whipped, it's fluffy. It is a little bit thicker as it comes out. This looks more like a lotion. The number 6, which I don't have. You know what I have with me? Not the number 6 on its own, but this is one of the value sets from the holiday gift sets this year, which is one that I really like. It's the Olaplex Get Your Shine On, which has the number 6 and the number 7, which 2 peas in a pod right here. I don't want to open this because I want to include it in a giveaway next week. Yes, we're doing big giveaways next week because we're going to be sharing a full holiday gift guide. It's that time of year. Okay, Halloween's over here. But as I was saying, the number 6 is more of a styler. It'll give a little bit more hold, great for a blowout. And the number 5 is more conditioning, softening, a prep primer product. Both amazing. But I'm absolutely obsessed with this. If you're looking for a new leave-in conditioner, please do yourself a favor. Okay? You're welcome. How did we get here? I was talking about Olaplex. I usually am. We were talking about purple shampoo, but let's see what else is next. Yeah, overtone. It's over. It's over. When it's done. wouldn't recommend per se. But top 3 Olaplex products? I love this question. Ooh, God, actually, I hate this question. You're asking me to pick my favorite kid. Can I include this? Because it's got 2 of them. No, you know what? I love the number 9. Okay, no, I have to give you the numbers. I love numbers 8, 4, 4C, 4P, 5, 5L. That's the leave-in. 6, 7. I already said 8. 9, 10. The jig is up. The jig is not yet up, actually. Still figuring out how much I love the 10 gel, but that's where we're at. And where we're at in terms of Amanda's Olaplex treatment. Remember, there's like a new salon treatment I talked about on the channel. I got it done. It didn't go as planned per se, but we're doing our own review now on Amanda, and it's been over 4 weeks since we did her treatment. So we're going to do a little test check-in. She needs a haircut. So in one of our upcoming videos, Amanda will be getting a little bit of a makeover, a haircut, a fresh color, the next phase of her correction, and kind of an update on how we think the Olaplex treatment lasted, because it's supposed to be a 15-week, or sorry, it's supposed to last 15 washes. Is it? Stay tuned. Full breakdown coming soon. Thank you for the giveaways. We always love doing giveaways. We announced a giveaway as part of our newsletter today. If you're not already subscribed to our newsletter, I'm going to plug it right now. You go to our website, mainsbymell.com, and you sign up for the newsletter. And then once a week, I bombard you just to let you know this is what you missed. And once a month, we pick giveaway winners. And we often pick more than one, but with the holidays coming up, we have a lot of giveaways coming because we have a lot of gift sets and just a lot of products that we're not going to get around to using. So we love sharing with you guys. It's the least that we could do with everything that you guys do for us. Just the fact that you're spending your afternoon on, I don't know what time it is where you are, but it is 3:50. I have been yapping for nearly an hour on a random Thursday afternoon. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that you are still here with me. So we will absolutely be doing a big giveaway in next week's video. Me and Amanda will be doing, again, our gift guide. So if you're looking for more Sephora recommendations during the sale, we'll be coming out with those, like what value sets we think pack the most value that you'll want to get during the sale or even just this season. If you're looking for gifting, that's what we'll do. Let me know if you have any other questions regarding gift giving as well. But I feel like, oh my God, it's almost 10 p.m. It feels like it's almost 10 p.m. in here for me. I feel like I've been on here for a minute, and I feel like, well, we can continue all of these amazing conversations at another date. Did you love this live stream? I feel like before we go, I do have to let you know what is actually in the hair, because we talked about what is the difference here. Did we see a difference? We could tell a difference. One side here looks more elongated. The other side looks more springy, more voluminous. And that is because the only difference in my hairs right here is they both have the same primer, the same curl cream, and the same gel, but the application of the gel is what's different, because gel can be applied many different ways depending on the results that you want. If you want it more elongated, if you want more control, if you want the curls to look a little bit more defined, but also in some ways I consider it to be a little more, not wispy, not stringy. These are kind of more negative terms, but if you want to see more of that separation, that definition, brush your gel through. Okay, that's what I did on the left side. The more elongated side, I had brushed through my gel, which again can give you a little bit more hold because you're really getting the gel through each and every strand. Whereas on this side, which is a little more voluminous, a little softer, a little more fluffy, I had brushed and defined my curls only with my cream styler in. And then once the curls were defined, I took the gel on my hands and I glazed it over top and gave it a scrunch and acted as like an outer shell. So there's a difference between coating the outside versus combing it through. And that is what we see right here today. I'm glad that you saw a difference. And now you know, depending on the results that you like, maybe what you want to do. And if you want to talk more about this, I can also make a comparison video. I'm planning my content schedule for the rest of the year. So give me any requests that you have in the comment section of the video, not the live chat, because the live chat's going to disappear as I say goodbye. But I think based on our responses here, we're going to have to do more frequent lives, which honestly works for me because I will be so for real with you. It's been crazy. Life has been very hectic, very busy, all good things. But I've been very, very busy, and I feel like it's been a minute since I've sat down to film a video. And so the only thing I really had time for was sitting here and chatting with you live. So thanks for dealing with me sans any editing. But we'll be back with our regular scheduled programmed content very soon. This has been your main girl Mel. I will put my product recs in the description box below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween. Be safe, everybody, and do not eat too much candy. Unless you already have. Then forget about it. I'll see you next week. Peace. I'm going to sip my cup.